Okay. So now, in the Pali scriptures, for example, in the Theravada, there's a saying, Dhammo have rakati dhammacharin, which means that the Dhamma protects the one who practices the Dhamma. Now, when we say that the Dhamma protects, right? So this implies that there is some danger from which we need the Dhamma to protect us from. Okay? So, and what are these dangers? Okay? So, in the commentary, it's explained that the Dhamma protects us from two dangers. Okay? First is apaya dukkha, and second is samsara dukkha. So apaya dukkha, this means the suffering in the four woeful states of existence. Okay? So as you all, I'm sure already know, there are these four realms of suffering. Okay? So first is niraya, the hellish realm of uninterrupted misery, where beings who are reborn there undergo suffering continuously, non-stop, throughout their whole life. Okay? Second is tirachana yoni, which means the animal kingdom. Okay? And third is petivisaya, the realm of the petas or the hungry spirits, sometimes also called the hungry ghosts. Then the fourth is asurakaya, the world of the asura demons. Okay? So, so apaya dukkha means suffering that exists in these four woeful states of existence. Okay? And this suffering in these woeful states of existence, they are brought about, of course, due to being reborn there. Okay, so if you are not reborn there, like right now you're born as a human being, so you don't experience this suffering. So, but even though right now you're not suffering from this apaya dukkha, but as long as you're still in samsara, there is every possibility that you may be reborn there. Okay, so now, what causes rebirth in these four woeful states of existence? So, so what causes rebirth there? What we call this 10 akusala kamapata, or the 10 unwholesome causes of actions. So this consists of 3 unwholesome bodily actions, 4 unwholesome verbal actions, and 3 unwholesome mental actions. So the 3 unwholesome bodily actions or bodily karma, there's killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. The 4 unwholesome verbal karma are telling lies. Second is divisive speech. That means speaking in such a way as to cause others to quarrel or fight among each other. That is harsh speech, speech that uttering speech that are hurtful to the feelings. Okay? And the fourth is frivolous speech, speech that are useless or unbeneficial. And 3 unwholesome mental karma. First of all, is covetousness. That means very strong desire that is desire for others property that is so strong that you are even thinking of stealing it and making it your own property. Okay? Then the second is ill will. Okay? So ill will means dosa that is dosa towards another person that is so strong. You hate that person so strong that you're even thinking of ways to harm the person or even ways to kill the person. Okay? And the third is wrong views. Okay? So wrong views that rejects karma, that rejects the result of karma. Okay? So so if you do not believe in karma, all the result of karma, then you will not think, you will not believe that your action have consequences, and then you will not bother or make effort to restrain any unwholesome actions. So, so you then perform all kinds of unwholesome action. Okay, so so if you perform any one of these 10 unwholesome karma, right? Unwholesome actions, then you create the karma, you accumulate the karma that has the potential that, that will lead to rebirth in one of the four woeful states of existence. Okay, so what causes us to perform this akusala karma, unwholesome actions? Okay? So, what causes us to perform them is the kilesa, the mental defilements, okay? Such as lobha, greed, attachment, desire, ditthi, or wrong views, mana, pride, conceit, arrogance, dosa, anger, ill will, aversion, issa, or jealousy, macharya, selfishness, okay? Moha, delusion, okay? And ahirika and anotapa. That means a lack of shame and lack of fear in doing unwholesome actions. So basically, these impurities of mind that are rooted in lobha, dosa, moha, greed, hatred, and delusion. Okay? So when these impurities, these mental defilements, they arise in our mind, they may cause us to perform one of these 10 unwholesome karma. Then you accumulate this unwholesome karma, which may lead to rebirth in the apayas, in the woeful states of existence, where you suffer from apaya dukkha. And second danger that the Dhamma protects us from is called samsara dukkha. Yes, samsara dukkha means suffering in samsara. It means suffering in this repeated rounds of birth, aging, disease, death. Okay? So now, due to the conditioned nature of what we call nama rupa dhamma. Okay? So nama rupa dhamma means mental physical nature. Okay? And this mental physical nature, they are the very constituents of our existence. So we are all nama rupa. We are all made up of mental and physical nature. Okay? And due to the conditioned nature of this nama rupa, so because they are sustained by momentary conditions. So they are all impermanent. Okay, so the very constituent of our existence, this nama rupa dhamma, they are impermanent. Okay? So when suitable conditions are present, they arise. Okay? So, but whatever arise must necessarily pass away. It cannot remain. There's nothing that arises that does not pass away, disappear in the end. So therefore, they are all anicca, impermanent. Okay? They are not lasting. No, because everything in our existence, all this mental, physical nature, that are part of what we are, because all of them are impermanent. Therefore, so all these beings in samsara, including us, we cannot avoid the experience of dukkha, experience of suffering that is brought about by the nature of impermanence. Okay? So due to this nature of impermanence, beings in samsara have to experience birth, followed by aging, disease, and death. And they have to undergo this suffering of birth, aging, disease, death repeatedly, because this suffering is not confined to only a single existence, but is experienced countless times, again and again in each existence. Okay? So in samsara, we go through rebirth again and again, one existence after another after another. Okay? Each rebirth, each existence is another cycle of birth, aging, disease, death, another cycle of dukkha. And it goes on and on and on, never ending. Okay? As long as we keep being reborn in samsara, keep taking up one existence after another in samsara. This samsara dukkha, right? Suffering in samsara continues. So, what is it that drives this repeated process of rebirth in samsara? Okay? So to explain this, the Buddha taught us paticca samuppada, his teaching on dependent origination. Okay? So in the teaching of paticca samuppada, the Buddha explained how the process of repeated rebirth, the process of repeated suffering, how it repeats itself again and again, one existence after another after another. And if we study paticca samuppada, we find that the driving force behind this continuous process of suffering, continuous process of repeated rebirth, the driving force, or rather the driving forces behind this process is avijja, tanha, and upadana. Okay? It means ignorance, craving, and clinging. Okay? So, and this ignorance, craving, clinging, okay? And these are again impurities of mind. Okay? Yeah. So both apaya dukkha and samsara dukkha, both of this dukkha, both of this suffering are caused by impurities of mind. So, and the practice of the Dhamma protects us from this. So how does the Dhamma protects us from this? Because when we practice the Dhamma, we develop, we strengthen a wholesome, pure state of mind. And then making use of this wholesome, pure state of mind, we restrain and we overcome these impurities of mind. Yeah, so, how do we practice the Dhamma? So, how do we develop, cultivate, and strengthen a wholesome, pure state of mind? And then make use of it to restrain and overcome this mental defilements, mental impurities, yeah, that brings about suffering, whether apaya dukkha or samsara dukkha. Okay? So how do we practice the Dhamma in order to be protected from this dukkha? Yeah? So we do so by going to the Dhamma for refuge every day. Yeah? So, and this is the meaning of refuge or sarana. Okay? Sarana means protection. Refuge means protection. So when you seek refuge in the Dhamma, you are actually seeking protection. Protection from apaya dukkha, protection from samsara dukkha. Mm. Mm. Then how do we seek refuge in the Dhamma? How do we seek protection in the Dhamma? Yeah. So for this, we can turn to the Mahaparinibbana Sutta. Yeah. So in this sutta, Buddha asks Venerable Ananda. So he asks, Katancha Ananda Bhikkhu Atta Dipo Viharati Atta Sarano Ananya Sarano Dhamma Dipo Dhamma Sarano Ananya Sarano. Yeah? So, which means, so Buddha asks, how, Ananda, does a bhikkhu dwells with himself as an island, with himself as a refuge, with no other refuge, with the Dhamma as an island, the Dhamma as a refuge, with no other refuge. So here the Buddha talk about island. So oneself as an island, oneself, Dhamma as an island. Okay? So island here is another term for refuge. Okay? So, so you think of an island in the middle of an ocean. Okay? So all around the island is surrounded by deep oceans that are full of all kinds of danger. Okay? And this island rises above this dangerous ocean. Okay? So it cannot be flooded by the seawater. Okay? So it's safe from all the dangers lurking inside the sea. Okay? So a refuge is like this island, safe from all kinds of danger. Then Buddha also talk about this Attadipa Attasarana, oneself as an island, oneself as a refuge. Okay, so this is to emphasize the need to depend on one's own personal effort in order to practice the Dhamma. Okay, so so when we seek refuge, seek protection in the Dhamma, so we say Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. So we cannot just expect the Dhamma to protect us without actually practicing and making effort to practice the Dhamma, because the Dhamma only protects one who practices the Dhamma. Okay? Dhammo havirakati dhammajaram. The Dhamma protects the one who practices the Dhamma. Okay? not the one who do not practice. And you just say Dhammam Saranam Gacchami, oh, now I'm safe. No such thing. You need to make effort to practice. So the Buddha says, Atta Dipa Atta Sarana. Oneself as an island, oneself as a refuge. So how does one dwells in oneself as an island, oneself as a refuge, Dhamma as an island, Dhamma as a refuge, with no other refuge. So the Buddha answered himself. He says, Idananda bhikkhu kaya kaya nupasi viharati atapi sambhajano satima vinaya loke abhijadomanasam. And also Vedana su Vedana nupasi citta citta nupasi dhamme su dhamma nupasi viharati atapi sampajano satima vinaya loke abhijado manasam. So, which means here Ananda, a bhikkhu dwells, noting the body. The bhikkhu dwells continuously, noting the body in the body, ardent, clearly comprehending, mindful, overcoming covetousness and grief with regards to the world. And similarly, he dwells continuously noting feeling in feelings, consciousness in consciousness, Dhamma in Dhammas. Dhammas means natural, mental, physical nature. Okay? So ardent, clearly comprehending and mindful, overcoming covetousness and grief with regards to the world. So what the Buddha described in his answer is, of course, the practice of satipatthana. Okay? So this means that we seek refuge, we seek protection in the Dhamma by means of the practice of satipatthana in order to develop this sati sampajanya, mindfulness and clear comprehension. So by developing mindfulness and clear comprehension through the practice of satipatthana, and by keeping the mind in a state of mindfulness and clear comprehension always, so our mind becomes completely shielded or protected from mental defilements. So in this way, we will be protected from both the apaya dukkha as well as samsara dukkha. So how do we develop satipatthana? So in the passage that we just quoted from the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, so Buddha explained how to develop satipatthana. So he dwells, noting continuously the body in the body, ardent, clearly comprehending, and so on. Okay? So we have already explained the meaning of this instruction on the practice of satipatthana given by the Buddha. We have already explained its meaning in the Dhamma talks during the Vasa. Okay? So here we will not repeat this again because it's too long. So you can refer back to the recorded Dhamma talk that are available on YouTube. Okay. So now the best way if you want to learn how to practice, how to develop satipatthana, is to start learning and cultivating satipatthana in an intensive meditation retreat. Okay? So, in an intensive meditation retreat, under the guidance of a suitably qualified teacher, so not only will you learn the method of practice properly. Method how to properly develop mindfulness and clear comprehension. Okay? So, but you also get personal guidance during the interview from the meditation teacher. Personal guidance to point you in the right direction of development. And in the meditation retreat also, so the retreat environment, for example, here in this center, so the retreat environment is set up in such a way so that it's especially conducive not only to the development but also to the strengthening and deepening of mindfulness and clear comprehension. Okay? And this leads in turn to the development of vipassana. There's the insight, knowledge, insight into the nature of impermanent suffering and non-self. Okay? And this vipassana insight, when fully developed, leads to the realization or the attainment of Maggaphala and Nibbana, which frees us from samsara dukkha. Okay? So therefore, we would like to encourage all of you who wish to develop satipatthana, to begin learning and practicing under a suitably qualified teacher in an intensive meditation retreat. We do not just practice in meditation retreat. So after we have learned how to practice in a retreat, so we must also apply what we have learned outside of a retreat. So outside of a retreat, so in your everyday life, first of all, you must set aside time, some time every day for sitting meditation. Okay, so at least 1 hour a day. Okay, so every day, set aside at least 1 hour a day. So to meditate, to do the sitting meditation. So this 1 hour every day is like your daily mini retreat. So, and the best time to meditate is early in the morning. So you wake up early, you start your day by meditating. So early morning is the best time because you wake up, and your mind is fresh, you're well rested. The morning time is very quiet. So it's also the weather is still cool. So it's the best time to meditate. Okay? So you wake up earlier and start your day by meditating. Start your day by making the mind wholesome, peaceful, and clear. By establishing the mind in mindfulness and clear comprehension. Okay? Then after that, armed with this or equipped with this mindfulness and clear comprehension, then you're ready to face the chaotic world. So this is the best way to start your day by meditating. Okay? So it's better than starting your day reading newspaper or scrolling through social media, filling your mind with all kinds of nonsense that disturbs the mind. It's better to start your day by meditating and filling your mind with mindfulness and clear comprehension. So after you have meditated in the morning, then the rest of the day, as you go about your everyday life, meeting all kinds of people, encountering different situations. So continue to exercise this mindfulness and clear awareness. Okay? So so exercise this mindfulness and clear comprehension. Okay? With each person that you meet, each situation that you encounter. Okay? So be clearly aware, especially of mental states that arise in your mind as you encounter different people, different situation. Okay? So learn to respond with clear awareness to every person that you meet, every situation that you encounter. Okay? Just as when you're practicing in a retreat, you train the mind to respond to every object that arises in every moment with mindfulness, with clear awareness. So rising occur, you respond with clear awareness. Falling occur, you respond with clear awareness. Uh, uh, Pain arise, you respond with clear awareness. Whatever object arise, you respond with clear awareness. Uh, So similarly in your everyday life also. Uh, uh, so whatever person you meet, whatever situation you encounter, train the mind to respond with clear awareness. Mm. So in this way, you cultivate strong habit of clear awareness in your everyday life. And when this habit of clear awareness is developed, well developed and strong, so you can feel, you'll be able to feel that your mind has this strength, this clarity and steadiness, such that it will not be easily shaken or disturbed by whatever happened in your life. Okay? So if suddenly you were to meet with a difficult situation or difficult problem or person, this firm presence of clear awareness in your mind will hold your mind steady so that it remain unshaken. Okay? And in that steadiness, you will find that there's clarity of mind, there's wisdom that is able to see clearly how to handle the difficult situation or the difficult person, or how to solve the difficult problem in a wholesome way. Mm. 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 Now, handling a difficult situation or difficult person, or uh, overcoming a difficult problem in a wholesome way uh, is often challenging to most people. Because why? Because of presence of mental defilements in the mind. Okay? Uh, you find that with these defilements present, you find easier way out is to do something that is unwholesome. Uh, So, and with the defilements present, the unwholesome way appears very tempting. Okay? So, but if you have uh, clear awareness that is well developed, you find that the mind has this strength that is able to do what is wholesome, even if it is difficult. Okay? In fact, when there's this strong, uh, clear awareness, clear mindfulness present in the mind, you find that the mind is inclined towards the unwholesome, uh, inclined towards the wholesome alternative to solving problem. Okay? Away from the unwholesome alternative. Okay? So in this way, the development of this clear awareness or mindfulness prevents us from falling into akusala, into unwholesomeness. And in this way, it protects us from apaya dukkha. Mm. So by cultivating and developing this clear awareness in your daily life, whether in the daily sitting meditation or in your everyday life, in the other activities in your daily life, this will lead also to the development of all kinds of other wholesome mental states. Okay? Because as mindfulness or clear awareness develops, it does not develop alone, but it develops along with a host of other mental states called the sobhana cetasikas, or beautiful mental states. So, for example, with the development of a clear awareness and mindfulness, this mental state of adosa also arise. So adosa is the mental state that is opposed to dosa. It opposes dosa. It opposes this anger, aversion, dislike, and so on. Yeah? So when adosa is present in the mind, dosa cannot arise in the mind. Okay? So as a result, the mind becomes soft and gentle. Okay? And as a result of this also, another mental quality is called pasadi, or tranquility of mind also develops. So the mind becomes peaceful, relaxed, happy. Okay? Mm. So, and when this quality of adosa is directed towards living beings, it becomes what we call metta, or metta brahma vihara, the mind dwelling in metta, or loving kindness. Okay? So with, and when metta is present in the mind, karuna, or compassion, may also arise when we encounter beings who are suffering. And mudita, or this sympathetic joy, may also arise when we encounter beings who are enjoying success in their life. Another of these beautiful mental states that arise together with this mindfulness is tattramajatata. So tattramajatata is the state, mental state of mental balance, the state of mental balance. So when it's present in the mind becomes well balanced and steady. Okay? And as a result, clarity and wisdom can arise. Okay? And when this quality of mental balance is directed towards living beings, it becomes this upeka brahma vihara, the mind, pure dwelling of the mind in equanimity. Okay? So with equanimity or upeka, one is able to interact with other beings, with metta, with karuna, with mudita, but without being affected by them. So one does not become happy when they're happy and sad when they are sad. Okay? So, so one's mind can remain untouched, unaffected by the ups and downs in your life. Okay? One is able to remain peaceful within. So, and another quality is aloba. Okay? Aloba is the mental state that is opposed to loba, opposed to greed, to attachment, desire, and so on. Okay? So, so when aloba arises in the mind, So the mind is not disturbed by greed, by attachment, by desire. And the mind will feel light and unburdened. Because without lobha present in the mind, so the mind does not hold on to this and that, does not cling on with attachment to this or that. The mind is able to let go. It does not carry so much burden in the mind. Okay? As a result, the mind is peaceful, is happy. So, and when the mind is peaceful and happy, there will be also clarity and wisdom arising in the mind. Okay? And this quality of alobha also manifests as generosity. So, uh, so when there's this quality of generosity in the mind, you find that one is inclined strongly to do dana or to help others in every way that one can. And other qualities that also develop with mindfulness or clear awareness is the quality of saddha. So faith or confidence, also hiri and otapa. So that means the shame and fear in doing akusala. Okay? So with the clarity of mind that arises with mindfulness, the mind becomes clearly aware of the distinction between kusala and akusala, wholesomeness and unwholesomeness. So, and when one sees clearly the benefit of kusala and the danger of akusala, one's mind automatically will shrink from akusala and be strongly inclined towards kusala. So then the mind will be inclined to observe the precepts more properly. Okay, and this helps to fulfill quality of right speech, right action, and right livelihood. So our life will become pure as a result of this. So a lot of kusala or wholesomeness can arise in the mind just by developing this mindfulness or clear awareness. Okay? And this wholesomeness, this kusala that arise in the mind, they protect the mind from apaya dukkha. Okay? But one thing that we have to make sure is that each time we accumulate kusala, we have to make sure that we make aspiration based on this kusala, make aspiration for the attainment of magga, phala, and nibbana. So by doing so, so by directing the energy of the kusala to support our practice towards the realization of magga, phala, and nibbana. So then this kusala not only protects us from apaya dukkha, but by being a supportive condition for the practice of vipassana meditation leading to the attainment of magga, phala, and nibbana. It will also eventually protect us from samsara dukkha. So today we have shown how practice of the Dhamma, the practice of Satipatthana Dhamma is able to protect one from apaya dukkha and samsara dukkha. So may all of you be able to sincerely practice and develop this Satipatthana Dhamma. And through your practice, may you be protected from apaya dukkha and samsara dukkha. And may all of you be able to attain Maggaphala Nibbana in the shortest time possible.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.